What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. In today's episode we have got some more games. Now, what you're about to see is me falling apart. I lost a lot of games in the middle section of my games. I don't know how or why. I attribute it to buying Sané, actually, because we bought Sané and in the time that we bought him, I played 12 games and I lost 6 of them. In the first 14 games that we played with Sterling, I won 12. And then I sold Sané and Mane. Listen, right? It's a difficult thing to do to get, because his name's Sadio Mane. You know what I mean? It's the same. But yeah. So Mane, I'm talking about Mane, Sadio Mane, the right forward from Liverpool, not Sané from Chelsea. No, from Man City. You know what I mean. Stop doing that. It's annoying. Anyway, that's where we're at. So yeah, I fell apart a little bit in the middle, and I always have trouble on Saturdays, guys. I don't know what it is. I was talking to a few people, like Jabba was giving me a little bit of advice and said what he thinks I should do is, if you don't know who Jabba is, he's a PlayStation dude, always gets top 100, 40-0 last weekend, 39-1 this weekend. He actually said that we have a very similar play style. I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, if you wanna say that. And he said that he thinks what I should do is play my 10 games on Friday, obviously. And then he thinks I should play 15 games late Saturday and 15 games late Sunday. Whilst I wouldn't mind trying that out, what the problem for me with that would be is that my cognitive functions, which is obviously like your reactions, your decision making, things like that, for me, if I get tired, they just go out the window. So if I started playing at say 10 or 11 PM to start a 15 game stint, by the time like 2-3 o'clock in the morning comes around, I'll be playing with my eyes like this, you know what I mean? And I won't be playing good FIFA. It would be worth a try, but it would probably be worse. So in these games though, some of the losses that I took during this period, I actually did an outro to this video, a live outro like normal, and I removed it because I was just complaining. It's the biggest problem for me is walking away when I've had a bad game. This weekend I did it more so than normal. When I had a bad time or a bad game, I did actually walk away. But it's not just about walking away when you're not playing good FIFA. It's about like clearing your mind. As crazy as it sounds, it's genuinely true. Like, you've got to be able to absolutely get whatever happened out of your mind and come back to the next game very fresh. And I'm just not able to do that. And so for me, one of the biggest issues I have on the times where I go through bad spells is I don't have the composure to play 40 games of FIFA at my absolute highest level, whilst also having to make content and do what I do on the weekend. If I didn't have FIFA as a job, or if I streamed, I'd probably be able to do a little bit better. And I'm not saying that I'm not, attacking or whatever on streamers and stuff. Just for me personally, not having to worry about, I've only played 3 games today and I'm playing bad, let me come back tomorrow. I'm like, I've only played 3 games today and I'm playing bad, but I need a video for tomorrow, so I have to keep playing. That's kind of like my thing. But on stream, it's like, look, I've played 3 bad games, let me take a couple hours, go and play some divisions, go and play a different game on stream, build a new team, open some packs, have some fun with the chat, and then get back to the games. For me, it would be a little bit different. But anyway, we put a poll in the last video to ask people where they finished, like generally finished, not best finish, but general finishes. And the results were quite interesting. There were 7,266 votes, and of course, some people lied. I expected some people to lie. I didn't expect many people to lie. But the top 100, there are 163 people say that they usually finish on top 100. Now, whilst I don't think this is necessarily accurate, it could be accurate, because it could be a situation where more than 100 people can normally finish top 100, because if you, like, I would say normally is the majority of the time. So let's say you've played 10 weekends of FUT Champs and 6 times you have finished top 100 and 4 times you haven't, you normally finish top 100. And that then means that there could be potential scope for more than 100 people that normally finish top 100. Also, there are 2 consoles and PC. So you could theoretically have up to like 500 or 600 people that would normally finish top 100 across all 3 platforms. But I don't think 163 off of a base of 7,000 viewers or 7,000 voters is an accurate reflection of where people finish. However, what is interesting to me is that 20% of the people, literally 1,400 of the voters, could not qualify. They just normally can't qualify. And that was surprising to me, to see such a huge chunk of people unable to qualify, off the back of the fact that qualification, more specifically now with the way EA have done the daily knockouts, is arguably the easiest it's ever been. Most people finish in Gold 2, 23% of people in Gold 2, 21% of people in Gold 3, and 19% of people just can't qualify. So 63%, almost 2/3 of the people that voted either can't qualify or finish absolutely mediocre. 13% of people finish Gold 1, 9% of people finish Silver 1, 5% Elite 3, hardly anyone in Bronze, hardly anyone in Silver 2 or Silver 3, which I expected, because unless you just don't play all your games regularly every weekend, it's very, very easy to get past those stages. 1% Elite 1 and Elite 2, like, it's literally a bigger scope for a top 100 than it is for Elite 1 or Elite 2. And Elite 3 is only 5%. So I was actually quite intrigued to see how many people regularly finish Gold 2 and Gold 3. That seems to be the mainstay, I would say. And again, a lot of that could be people that finish Gold 2. Like, I know a lot of people get to Gold 3 and then just stop. They get auto qualification for next weekend, and it might take them 30 or 35 games to get there, but they just stop there. And that's fair enough. FIFA Craft 11 says, Yonep, just wondering why you don't do as many, if not any more collabs, as used to love the Squad Builder Showdowns and FIFA Bingo. Just curious. Keep up the good work. Hashtag Team Sweat. Got a lot of thumbs up. It's actually asked a couple of times in the comment section, funnily enough. For me personally, dude, one of the reasons why I stopped doing collabs is because it wasn't beneficial in the long term for what I wanted to do on YouTube. You'll notice the channels that do collabs, they have a very specific style. It's more about, like, just straight entertainment and not gimmicks per se, but it's not about playing and understanding FIFA and Ultimate Team. It's about a show, you know, it's a game show. And that's just what I had when I was doing those sort of things, more specifically in FIFA 15 and less so in FIFA 16 and now not at all in FIFA 17, was I had a hybrid of, you know, one day it would be a video with AJ, and then the next day it would be a Road to Glory, and then the next day it would be a video of Capgun Tom, and then the next day it would be a Squad Builder, and then the next day it would be a video of 89 skills, and then the next day it would be, you know, a player review. And it was a situation where there wasn't really any continuity to my channel, and what was happening is that when I would do a video with, say, Tom, I would get a lot of his viewers come over to my channel, and they would watch the video with Tom, and they would inflate my sub count, and you know, it'd make me feel great for that small amount of time. I'd get that kind of gratification of gaining a lot of subs in a day. And then what would happen is the next video that I would upload would be something that they just didn't care about. They'd be like, wait, hold on, he did FIFA Bingo yesterday, and now he's doing a Squad Builder. I don't want to watch Squad Builders. Where's the next good video with Tom or with AJ or with Tobias or with Fangs or with this YouTuber or that YouTuber? And what they did is they expected something that they wasn't getting, and so then they just stopped watching the channel, and that causes the, like, dead subs or inactive subscribers. So what happened was that my sub count is huge, right? It's like 1.5 million almost. And I get around, right now, I'd say about 150,000 views per video. So about a 10 to 1 sub to view ratio, which in actual fact, in the grand scheme of YouTube, if you look at a lot of big YouTube channels, most specifically gaming, that's an exceptional return. To get that many views from that many subs is a very, very strong return. But if I didn't do those collabs and stuff, I would probably have less subs, say maybe 1.3 million or 1.2 million, but I would still get the same number of views. So basically, it was kind of just a business decision. I just don't think collaborations fit me or my style of play, unless it, like, I would collaborate quite happily with, you know, what I do in Fatal, with like-minded YouTubers that have very similar ideas and perceptions of the game as me. Like, I would happily work with Bateson, with Marshall, with DJ Mario, with AA9 Skills, with Nick 2080, with Castro, people that, with Matt HD Gamer, people that play the game, play the Weekend League consistently, and have a genuine love for the game. And that's not to say that people like AJ and Tom don't love the game. They just love it in a different way that I love it, and that's absolutely fine. You know what I mean? So that's for me, dudes. That's personally why I don't do collaborations. I love playing this game. I would rather do a podcast with people where I sat and talked about FIFA or talked about gaming than doing a FIFA bingo or a squad builder showdown. Whereby it was more of a game show. That's just my personal preference. Hopefully you guys understand. Matthew McQuaid says, Nep, you say you're saving packs for Team of the Season, but which Team of the Season will you open them for? Great question. I don't know. I don't think I'll have... I'm very surprised with myself already, right? I'm very happy that I've actually got 30 packs saved up already now. If you were watching the stream, you'll know we did some of the Bundesliga SBCs on stream. Yeah, I'm saving those packs. So I've got 30 packs right now. I've got a couple of incredible packs, 2 100k packs, loads of 25k and 35k packs, a fair few like bang average packs, but we've got some great packs. And I'm surprised with myself that I haven't opened them yet. Usually I'm like, oh, screw it, let's just do it right now. And when it comes down to Team of the Season, probably like EPL, just because that's how my teams are most thoroughly based. And if I could pack an EPL Team of the Season, that would clearly be better for me than anything else. But if I can manage to save all or even some packs for the EASFC Team of the Season, which is the very last one where they re-release all of the best Team of the Season cards, then I would probably like to save it for that one. Victor Nanka Smith says, we love you, Nep, fuck the haters. I appreciate you, genuinely, dude. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. P Mazda says, hey Nep, I believe that the more you use a team, the worse it gets. I mean, I play the same, but the players do not feel the same. I used 86 Depay. At first he was insane, the best card I've used, but then over time it gets worse or feels worse. I don't understand this. Is it my playstyle or mentality? Love the vids, keep up the good work. It could be a mixture of both, dude. I would more say it's your mentality, because there are players that I've played over 1,000 games with Eden Hazard, and he is just as good now as when I first got him. I think what the problem is when you get a new player, you're excited to use them, you're excited to see what they do. You would either, like, potentially inadvertently, you know, subconsciously force the ball to them, try things that you wouldn't normally try, like a finesse shot from the top of the box or a long shot, and then on the occasions that they go in, you're like, wow, this guy's amazing. But it's very hard to keep up that kind of sensationalist, like, FIFA style, especially if you come up against a difficult player or a better player than normal, and then that player that you're playing with, that 86 Depay, all of a sudden has a bad game, and then instantly your mentality doesn't change to, oh, he had one bad game, or oh, that guy managed to keep him quiet, or oh, that was just a tough game, I couldn't really score many goals. Your mentality then switches to, oh my god, this Depay is terrible, what happened? And for me, it's the wrong way to look at it. And you know, something that you see is over time, more specifically with like myself, is my players over the first 20 to 40 games have absolutely incredible goal and assist to game ratios. And then over hundreds of games, it gets worse and worse, because you get so many extra rage quits, you get so many extra tough games. Like this weekend league, for example, in tomorrow's video, there was a period of about 5 games in a row where I only scored 1 goal in each game. So how can I expect to keep up a positive goal to game ratio with a player when I'm not even scoring enough goals to give them positive goal to game ratio? I personally think it's just the mentality, dude. I personally think it's just the mentality. But I can't say more than that, dude. There might be something in the game. I personally don't think so. Darius Tomlinson says, hey Nep, if Hazard is player of the month, do you think it would be wise to invest in inform Hazard, as surely EA will do something so that you can use the player of the month Hazard, so people who don't have to will have to use an inform? There's also the same as Son player of the month. Love your videos, keep up the good work. I mean, dude, Hazard's not getting player of the month, especially after the game against Man United. He went absolutely AWOL. That's now a loss to Palace and a loss to United for Chelsea this month. Hazard hasn't done much in a couple of games. I don't think it's going to be Hazard. I think Son's like the best shout right now for player of the month. In terms of investing in the informs, yeah, I mean, it could be wise. It absolutely could be wise. I don't know is the answer to your question. Like if a player of the month gets a player of the month that already has a player of the month card, you would think that EA would potentially do something to allow you to be able to use that player of the month card, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, because for player of the month they've really tried to keep people on their toes with the requirements so that they can't just like stack up and be prepared. I don't know why they're trying to do that, but that is what they're trying to do. Random Stuff 420 says, how influential is Reddit for you? I enjoy Reddit. I enjoy reading Reddit. In terms of like producing content, it's not very influential. Yeah, I read a lot of stuff on there that incites conversation for me through videos. I read a lot of stuff on there that is just intriguing and interesting that I may then implement into my gameplay and stuff like that. But in terms of like video creating, it's not very influential. But like I said, on the same token, I do enjoy Reddit a lot. I enjoy conversation about FIFA mostly. I enjoy the difference in opinions. I enjoy seeing people's teams. I enjoy people's play styles, their stats on their players. I enjoy seeing the rage and the adulation of the ups and the downs of people's weekend league experiences. I read something on Reddit yesterday that really helped me in my final 14 games on Sunday that I attribute to being a big influence as to why I turned my great weekend into a bad weekend back into a very good weekend. And I attribute that to just reading something on Reddit that was where the guy was like, just play, take every game one at a time. Don't sit there thinking, man, I've got 15 games and I need to win 10 to get to elite. Oh man, winning 10 out of 15 games is so much pressure. Whereas he goes into a game thinking, this is just one more game. Let's see if I can win it. And I adopted that same mentality, and it was very, very, very effective for me. Chris Caldwell says, hi Nep, bit of a late comment, but I hope you see it. I saw on the top 100 leaderboard in FUT Champions menu that Fabe Dennis and PSG Dax both went 14-0 and had the same skill rating of 2359, but EA put Fabe Dennis at rank 1. I was wondering, do you think they'll both generate the #1 rank reward, or how else will EA decide who gets the extra 50,000 coins? I literally think it's alphabetical order, dude, after skill points. I think Jambo last week was #2 when he was on the same skill points as #1, who was alphabetically ahead of him, and that was that. So yeah, if skill points can't even decide between two people, what's the point of having it? If EA literally give you #1 spot on alphabetical order, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I think, honestly, dude, I think it's done in alphabetical order. Hayden Daly says, sad that there is only 18 minutes of talking, Nep. I could honestly listen to you babble on for hours. And I'm really fortunate that a lot of people have that same kind of mentality. I know a lot of people use my videos as podcasts whilst they play FIFA, or whilst they're studying, or whilst they're doing other things. I know a couple of dudes like to listen to me or watch me whilst they're, on the treadmill or on the bike, and that's great. I love that. But yeah, I'm very, very appreciative and grateful for the fact that people can literally listen to me just talk for a long time for no reason other than the fact that I'm talking. So thank you. 2 more comments. Let's see if I can get through all the comments I picked for today in today's video. Daniel Jorgensen said, hi Nep, I saw Legend Weyer before kickoff as the person who wears the kit the opponent uses, and I'm a PS4 gamer. What does this mean? Keep up your good content. Love from Norway. It means nothing, dude. Likelihood is it wasn't Weyer. A lot of the character models look very, very similar. The people that stand there, when you match up against someone and you see those 2 dudes standing there, the person on your side in your kit will be one of the players from your team. The person on the other side in your opponent's kit is literally just a randomly picked player. It's not a player from their team or from their bench or from their club. It is just a random character model. And so yeah, and because EA do use the same character models for lots and lots of different players, it's actually very, very likely that it wasn't George Weah that you saw. Connor Davis says, disagree with the comments regarding sliding and fouling shouldn't be a viable way to defend, and that it's playing like a dick and such. It very often happens in real life, fouling to break up the play, to stop a counter, or to simply get a specific player. If the tackle is a red card, then there is never an advantage. It is pulled up straight away, and if it is a yellow, the player is still booked when the play is stopped. We also talk about abusing game mechanics. Is this not just doing that? In terms of your last comment, it absolutely is, yeah. I hadn't really considered it like that. It is an abuse of game mechanics. The frustrating thing about it is, is that in FIFA you're quite often at a disadvantage when you have a set piece, whether it be in your own half or in your opponent's half. If you've got a set piece in your own half, sometimes you lose the ball. You either have to play it long and give it up, or play it short and hope that for some reason the game allows you to keep possession of the ball. Because quite often you'll try and play it short one direction and it'll go a different direction. You try and pass it to that left centre back that stood right next to you, and it goes all the way down to the left back. I've conceded so many goals from trying to pass it to one of my defenders short, and the player's attacker just running into the gap and intercepting and scoring. So because of the way FIFA is specifically, you're at a huge disadvantage for getting a set piece offensively or defensively. And so I think until EA, I see it as like, although you're right, it is just abusing game mechanics, it's just a really, really shitty way, in my opinion, to do it. And I actually did it myself a few times this week, where I was like in a situation where I was hanging on to a win and I thought, let me foul this guy around, in a safe zone, like right near the corner flag or something, in my half, because his set piece could lead to me countering, and it worked a few times, and you'll see it in tomorrow's video. But other than that, dude, in terms of the refs in this game, they don't book you for book-worthy tackles, and they don't send players off for like blatant red card slide through the back tackles, and that's a problem. One of those games that I lost, the dude was literally sliding through the back of me at every opportunity, and either wasn't even getting booked or just getting booked on red card offences, and that's a tough one for me to follow. But anyway, dudes, here we are. I think we're 18-8 after 26 games. Very, very bad. I collapsed. I played some horrendous FIFA this weekend league during Saturday yet again. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.